Welcome, folks, here to the island in Logan, West Virginia. We have the premier middle school matchup, maybe of the season, on tap for you. Logan versus Chapmanville. James Barker, Darryl McCoy on the call. James, this one should be a great one for football fans.
Absolutely. 2 3-0 ball clubs come into the island tonight, and basically for the county championship for both clubs. And this is a rivalry that extends on to high school as both schools really have a distaste for each other, Darryl. But here on the island tonight, we're going to see two really talented ball clubs on both sides of the ball. I've got to see both of them throughout this season, Darryl, and I don't know if you're going to see as much talent at the skill position level and on the offensive defensive line as well as you will tonight in middle school football.
No, absolutely not. And as you see, two very well-respected coaches in the area, and Coach Dalton and Coach Atkins. So I tell you, man, this game, it's been a long time since I've looked forward to a game as much as I have this one.
Well, and I think you're not the only one. We've got almost a capacity crowd here for a middle school football game on a Thursday night here from Willis Nesbitt Stadium. And you're going to see a Chapmanville team that's only given up 6 points this season, and a Logan team that has yet to surrender a touchdown this season. Logan defeating their opponents 50-0 so far this season. So this is a Logan team that is really, really talented, and a Chapmanville team, Darryl, that we have seen last week that is just as talented. So it's going to be a great one here tonight.
Well, I remember seeing these kids whenever they was in 6th grade, and this was a great rivalry then, and it's even more of one now. As you look at these two teams, I mean, they got talent all around. They got nice line play on both sides, and both of them are very respected programs. That's the thing, that's very rich football blood on the field here tonight. And before we get started, I do want to give a big shout out and want to thank Stevie Browning and Petey at Mountain Dreams Media for if you want to catch any Logan football action all year long, you can go to Mountain Dreams Media and get them. They're here every night covering these kids. I want to thank them for allowing us to come up here and stream this ball game. So big shout out to them. Go give them a like. Tell them D&D Sports sent you. So as we're looking here, James, as you've been a part of this rivalry. You're a former coach, and you know what this game means for both sides. Right now in this community, how much does this game mean to this community?
Yeah, it galvanizes your fan base if you win, and then on the other side of things, you look at your kids, and if you lose, you tell them it's one game, but at the end of the day, that's one of the games that they're going to remember not only for the season, but they're going to remember these games throughout the year or out their years. So yeah, it's a big game. It's a big rivalry. I'm speaking not only as a former coach at Chapmanville, but I'm also speaking as a former player and graduate of Logan High School. So it's one of those things where you hate to lose to the bunch up or down the river, and I have to remind people the Gandat flows a little bit differently. So it's actually up the river toward Logan.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those games, and it's a great atmosphere. I have fond memories, and I have memories that I have tried to get rid of in on both sides of it. So it's one of those things, Darryl, that it sticks with you for a very long, long time.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is homecoming night too.
Yes, it is. Big night for the Timberwolves. They have packed it out. So has the Chapmanville faithful here. Is almost a true 50-50 split. You got a sea of orange to our right and a sea of blue to the left. So really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, you can see our sponsors down at the bottom of the screen. We want to thank the folks at Cofield Health, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Coma Drug, Diamond Flagging Company, Logan Bank and Trust, Wild and Wonderful Smoke Shop, McCoy Dental, and I know we got a slew more, and I'm thinking of them right now as it's in my head. I want to thank Gracie and Tate Merchandise. And by the way, guys, whether you're in Logan, Chapmanville, in the Madison, Danville area, Gracie and Tate is one of the biggest supporters of Mountain Athletes. Make sure you get up there and support them. And I want to thank the folks at Harley-Davidson and Kiefer's Kawasaki as well for bringing us up here and allowing us to make sure we can bring these games to you on tap. So go ahead, James.
Darryl, you mentioned Mountain Dream Media having all the Logan games this year, and they'll have Winfield and Logan here on the island tomorrow. If you can't be here, you can watch that on Mountain Dream Media. But I know D&D has some big games as well when you talk about the landscape of high school football across both states, Eastern Kentucky into Southern West Virginia. And really, it doesn't get much bigger than the defending state champs coming to Minor Mountain, taking on David Jones's undefeated ball club that has looked very impressive so far.
Only gave up 6 points on the season, and if you look at the yardage, he's gave up less than 400 yards through the first, 4 weeks of the season in West Virginia. And, he's got a couple weeks where he's allowed less than 10 yards. So, it's going to be interesting tomorrow. You're going to find out whether Mingo are pretenders or contenders.
Yeah, you really will. And speaking of that, you're going to have another great game in Chapmanville between Chapmanville and Scott. That's your LB&T game of the week in Chapmanville. And it'll be the first time this season we've got to see Matt Fry and the Scott Skyhawks, and they have put up some big numbers as well. Very talented offense, and really, aside from the Wayne game, they have not been anywhere close to their opponents. They have just absolutely blown them out of the water. Chapmanville's going to come into the contest coming off that 2-point conversion play to win it against Nitro, so they're on cloud 9 right now. And
R.J. Jones making a big play.
Yeah, big play, and I talked to Coach Belcher earlier this week, and he's excited, and I know the Tigers are excited for the challenge. But I know that Scott Skyhawk team, they're just as talented as anybody I've seen in the last few years.
Right, you're sitting here seeing Logan set to come out here. They're getting the crowd pumped, and I tell you, both crowds are well represented here. Logan has showed up, and then Chapmanville traveled well here today, James.
They have traveled well. They brought a pep bus as well, so really good crowd on hand. The Timberwolves in their home blue uniforms, Chapmanville in those all-white uniforms with that Bengal stripe. And, Ashley Dalton went out and got those uniforms this year, Darryl. It's a really sharp look. And I know Brandon Atkins on the other side has kind of went back to the way it goes. Here comes the Logan Timberwolves. Yeah,
they do. Logan Timberwolves coming out. And I tell you, James, the last time that we've seen this Logan Timberwolves squad, constantly is, believe it or not, back a couple years ago, Aiden Slack, Garrett Wimps in them senior year, we done all Logan Timberwolves games exclusively that season. They went undefeated.
Yeah.
So it was a great year, and, this year here, as you said, I think somebody there said that Logan's averaging 50 a game.
50 a game.
And it don't surprise me, because whenever I look at the Logan lineup here, the young man that I have told people about for years and lost track of him was a young man, I don't see him on the roster here, Levante Kenny. This is a kid, if he works, he is a next level Division I type player if he works. Very
quick, very shifty. He also plays the linebacker position for them as well. This is a hard-hitting Timberwolf club. They can lay the lumber on you. It's going to be a very physical game. That's what Brandon Atkins mentioned to us during the week. This should be a physical football game between these two ball clubs, and it will be a absolutely great matchup.
Let me ask you something. You've been on both sides. You coached on the Chapmanville side, and you have played on the Logan side of it. When it comes down to it, heart to heart, is it orange or is it blue?
Oh, that's a tough question, man. I always say blood is thicker than water. My dad went down and coached at Chapmanville, so I had to turn all my Logan stuff in. I had to turn all my Logan stuff in at that point in time. And when I was coaching, I'd talk to Gary Mullins every week, the head coach at Logan High School, and I told him, I hope you guys go 9-1 every year. Every year, I hope you guys go 9-1. This is that one game. If I'm on the sideline, I'm rooting for the Tigers.
So you're one of the rare people that can be cordial about the rivalry.
I can. I mean, my wife's a Logan graduate too, so if I didn't recognize me, my grandfather's name is on the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's an interesting dynamic. My father-in-law's in the Hall of Fame here at Logan High School. My uncle's in the Hall of Fame here at Logan High School. So I know both communities very well, and I do share a lot of love for both sides of it. But at the end of the day, like I said, blood's thicker than water.
Yeah, I completely understand, man. As I said, I grew up a Belfry Pirate, and they've been many times I've had to choose, and it's tough. Pond Creek runs through me, so but as you're looking at this program, both teams coming in undefeated.
Yes, sir.
The impressive thing, is Coach Atkins, what he done. Logan will receive. So the impressive thing is, what Coach Atkins has done as a young coach, and then Ashley Dalton on the other side's only been coaching 2 years, and having his second straight magnificent season. Yeah,
and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is Coach Atkins' second season as well. So, Ashley know more for basketball, and he's having a fantastic year so far, and Coach Atkins on the other sideline is having a fantastic year in his second year, and I will talk about him a little bit. I won't hold it against him. He's a Dolphins fan. We jab each other back and forth during the NFL season. Obviously, I'm a Bills fan, so we have some fun. He's a good guy. I actually played with him when I was here at Logan, so he's a really good guy and does a really good job, and really, really looking forward to this one.
And for you folks that don't know, Ashley Dalton is his son is the quarterback of Chapmanville, and Chapmanville also has a nationally ranked kicker in Ashton McClanahan.
Yeah, we're going to see him kick things off to start this game, as McClanahan has, I think he is 10 of 12 on the year for extra points, as Chapmanville's kicking game has been impressive. I do know one thing, though, here. Logan has a lot of speed back deep. When you talk about Lucas Lambert, Levante Kinney,
Zoe
Murphy as well, I would be shocked if McClanahan kicks it to any of those individuals back deep.
And he does a good job, too, at placing kicks.
He does.
Kick placement. And let's see what he does here right off the bat. I wouldn't surprise me if you see a squib kick here right off.
Yeah, you're going to look probably somewhere over toward the Chapmanville sideline trying to place this football. McClanahan.
And there it is.
Goes off the helmet of a Logan Timberwolf. It's picked up and then knocked down as that's the quarterback, Caleb Johnson, as he's able to field it there at about the 36-yard line, and that's where the Timberwolves will take over. Great kick there from McClanahan.
So, again, guys, make sure that for all your medical needs, go to Cofield Health. They will take care of all your health care needs, as well as if you get injured or trying to get back from a workplace injury, go to Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. They will make sure you rebound back in the quickest amount of time possible.
Two receivers to the top. That is Grayson Sanders and Lucas Lambert to the top. In the backfield, there's Johnson and Zoe Murphy.
I tell you, Grayson Sanders, very dangerous.
They give it off to Murphy, gets around Tony Atkins to the outside. Good run, got a seam to the outside. Gets down to about the 47-yard line. A tackle there made by Preston Cooper, the safety for the Tigers, but it's a quick 15-yard gain for the Timberwolves to start this thing out.
Now, again, Zoe Murphy, for the casual fans of Logan, he is the younger brother of David Early.
Ooh.
Little knowledge there for the folks at home.
And a lot of talent. I've got to watch him a few times, and he's been able to break off some long runs as Timberwolves go into no-huddle offense here as they'll move Sanders over here to the bottom of the screen, and they'll put Lucas Lambert in a wing to the top. 4-4 defense for Chapmanville. They'll send Lambert in motion. Long toss to Lambert. Up the field come the Tigers defense. They hit him, but not before he's able to break two tackles. He's tackled from behind there by Jacob Maynard, but not before Lambert makes another Timberwolf first down.
Listen, there's no love lost there. Lucas Lambert is a former Chapmanville Tiger, and, you can guarantee that this game means something to him. And, we know his family's probably tuning in, Gene Burple Lambert and his wife, but, Lucas is a very talented multi-sport athlete here on Alabama.
He is, and, when you look at his size, he is just a force to bring down on the football field, and he plays pretty well in basketball as well for Seth Hayner's ball club. So it is a first down for Logan. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 in the backfield, as we see the fullback back there for the Timberwolves for the first time. Murphy in motion. You're going to get a flag on the play, as it may have seemed like Lambert moved a little bit too soon. As fullback in the backfield is Ethan Hensley.
Travis Pridemore says they can't stop the run. Tammy Fry says go Tigers, play hard. And then we also got Billy Chambers tuning in from West Union, Ohio. Now, James, here's the thing that you got to worry about for Chapmanville is, up to this point, this is definitely the toughest game that they've played to this point. So, as dominant as this line is, this is the best running team that they've seen.
Absolutely. There's a toss over there to Murphy. Tries to get to the outside, gets to the corner. Still being chased from behind. Cooper again able to bring him down, knock him out of bounds, but it is a Logan first down. The tall sweep has been effective so far for the Timberwolves, as Murphy picks up another chunk play as he's able to get it across to the 26-yard line. And the Timberwolves trying to drive here early in the first quarter.
So guys, hit that like and share button. Get these numbers up for these boys out here playing. If you got comments, let us know in the comment section where you're watching from and who you are rooting for. You're watching the D&D Sports Network.
First time we have seen Levante Kinney in the backfield. Double wing set for the Timberwolves. Low snap. Gets it off to Kinney. Kinney outside. He's got a lane to the outside. Turns to the corner at the 20. Knocked out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. And right now, Chapmanville giving up that edge on those outside runs as they're getting blocked inside, allowing the Timberwolf backs to get to the edge. And it's another Timberwolf first down. It's going to be first and goal from the 10.
James, as a sixth grader, at that age, he was one of the baddest dudes that I'd seen at that age. And they had a young lady that was the second best player on the field in Carly Tolliver.
I remember you guys talking about her last night, and I was going to chime in and mention Tolliver. She was an amazing athlete.
That was a nice duo for that.
Yes, it was.
Youth team.
Play fake, pass, as you're going to have Johnson roll out. He's sacked from behind. Big play there. The first play we see from the Chapmanville middle defense as Jacob Maynard makes the sack. That's a loss of 12 on the play, and that's a huge sack for Chapmanville.
Just like Levante Kinney's a bad dude, so is Jacob Maynard.
He is. He's the leading rusher for this team, and right there makes a big play on the defensive side. Jacob Maynard, the eighth grader, size and speed, he's got them both. See what Coach Adkins wants to do here. Tried a little play action there on first down. We'll see second and goal from the 22. Motion man across. Gives it off, and he's going to be brought down from behind. That's David Browning and Colton Farley on the tackle. So all of that positive runs to the outside, Darryl. Now 2 straight losses on consecutive plays moves the Timberwolves back to the 27.
Well, I don't understand why Logan went away from what was working, running to the outs, running to the edges, and now they're trying to run up the middle, and this is a very hard team to run up the middle against because they got an elite D-line.
They do, and we still have yet to hear from Tony Atkins right now, but This is one of those times where it's a passing situation. You may see it. Reverse here to Lucas Lambert. And right there, guess who?
Garrett. Yeah, that's the Garrett Fort Menace. Yeah.
You're going to get a flag on the play, not entirely sure, thrown a little bit late. But right there, Tony Adkins and, again, Jacob Maynard on the tackle. as you're going to get a hold against Logan. They're going to decline this penalty. Ball is going to be at the 26-yard line. So the Chapmanville defense is stiffened, Darryl.
Yep. Well, we got Jared Gardner says, let's go Timberwolves. Says, what's up? Hey, how you doing, Jared? And Travis Pridemore says, now we're talking. Now, Travis Pridemore, he is a Chapmanville Tiger, right?
He is. He is the father of Eli Pridemore, and
yes.
he's one of the hardest hitters right now in the state of West Virginia. He has had a beautiful run to end the first half against Nitro, and he has just played outstanding so far this season.
Played for you too, right?
He did. He did. Absolutely. He was a middle linebacker, started for us. Probably he could have started for us as soon as he got out of diapers. He's fantastic.
And Coach Belcher doing a fabulous job with him. Here you go. Timberwolves in gun.
There's a pass. Throw deep there to Johnson. He's got Lambert. It's caught. Touchdown. He took it out of the air, and Lucas Lambert on a 4th and forever from the 26 goes up and gets it for the first score of the game. That's just he's just a stud.
The DB there, that's on the DB, man. You can't let that happen. If you got a pass interference, you cannot let that happen.
That was a tough play there. Lambert goes up and climbs the ladder to get it, as it'll be the 2-point conversion play here for the Timberwolves.
Put the scoreboard up for the folks at home there.
Rollout. Johnson throws into the end zone for the 2-point conversion to Bentley Williamson. Take a break. Logan 8, Chapmanville nothing. We'll be back with more middle school football right here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're looking for a great selection and a great experience for your next Harley-Davidson, come on down to Mountain State Harley-Davidson here in Del Barton, West Virginia.
We have new 2023 models in stock and ready for delivery. Special financing available.
Or choose pre-owned with one of the largest inventories in the tri-state area with great low prices.
Visit our showroom filled with licensed Harley-Davidson apparel and more.
Don't write that check until you check with us, Mountain State Harley-Davidson, 61 Priest Bottom Road, or visit us online at mountainstatehd.com.
Looking for a great selection, great prices, and a great experience on your next ATV, motorcycle, or side-by-side? Come check out Kiefer's Kawasaki.
Our #1 goal is to offer you the best power sport experience at a great price.
Like this new 23 Kawasaki Teryx 4 for only $17,999.
Before you write that check, check with us.
And remember, your adventure starts here at Kiefer Kawasaki. Route 44 South, Jerry West Highway in Logan, or visit KiefersPowersports.net.
And we're back here on the island. James Barker, Darryl McCoy, you're watching the Mountain's #1 source for sporting news, the D&D Sports Network. Logan strikes first, leads 8-0 over Chapmanville.
Yeah, it was a 26-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Johnson to Lucas Lambert there with 4:34 to go here in the first quarter. The 2-point conversion pass to Bentley Williamson puts it at 8-0. Chapmanville fields the kick. That's Maynard with it, and he's hit but not knocked down as he'll fight forward to about the 37-yard line. And Maynard able to shrug off that tackle.
Now, I tell you, Coach, this here is, if I'm Chapmanville, I'm trying to burn clock. You know, I do not want this Logan team to be able to get a 50-point game on me. You know, I want to control time of possession and, you know, limit their chances and hopefully capitalize on our opportunities if I'm Chapmanville.
Yeah, one of the strengths of this Chapmanville team has been their offensive and defensive line throughout this season so far. They'll probably try to lean on them a little bit here early on in this game and then, you know, take their shots with some play action. Chapmanville 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Dalton in the backfield as he will roll out right here, looking and will throw deep. That one into traffic and knocked away. It's a good play there by Sarton to get it out of the hands of Grayson Sanders on the defensive play there. Little smash concept for the Tigers falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Great job by Grayson Sanders. You know, Grayson Sanders, he's with all these stars around him, he's always the kid that's coming to go to work. He's probably the most overlooked player on this, but he probably means as much as any player out there.
Yeah, plays that outside linebacker position, and right there in coverage, step for step with one of the faster kids that we've seen in the middle school level in the mountains, and Maddox Sarton.
Love me some Grayson Sanders. There you go, handoff.
Yeah, this time inside to Maynard. He had nothing doing there. Gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 38.5-yard line as Chapmanville trying to find something going here offensively.
So Logan is going to smoke that rear. Justin Taylor, come on, man. They ain't nobody being all Chapmanville. We've been straight down the middle, man. Take that stuff somewhere else. Jenna Robinson says, would love to see our Logan cheerleaders. We'll get a look at them here in a second.
Receiver in a wing to the top. Dalton rolls to the other side. Lambert's got him. Throws it away. Good play there by Dalton just to try to get rid of that one. Good pressure there by Lambert on the outside. And that'll be up 4th down for the Tigers at their own 38-yard line.
And you see them cheerleaders, they do a great job cheering on these boys, and they're going to need it tonight as this here is a premier rivalry game that you're getting to watch here on the island.
Big matchup here tonight for both clubs. Punt team on for Chapmanville, as that is Jackson Ellison back to kick it. Snap back to him. Kick is away down the near sideline. Bounces at the 40 and will check up at about the 38-yard line. And that's where the Timberwolves will take over on downs.
So as you're seeing Logan going to have their second chance of the day on offense and see if this Chapmanville defense can do something with them this time, because last time they moved the ball with relative ease.
Yeah, when they got inside the red zone is when Logan started to get backed up, and it wasn't until the Lucas Lambert play for the touchdown on 4th and goal from the 26 they were able to do something. But those outside runs were early and impressive for the Timberwolves in their first drive.
Marty Casey tuning in saying, thank you for the broadcast. Good to see you on here, Marty.
There's a give. Nope, they're going to keep it with Johnson this time. He gets to the outside around Tony Atkins, gets tripped up, still on his feet. Good tackle there, though, by Dakota Dalton as he's able to knock Johnson out of bounds on a gain of 1 on the quarterback boot play there. And, I thought that it was Murphy that had it there, but Johnson, a great play fake and got to the edge, but a good discipline from that Tigers defense.
If you're just tuning in, you're watching Thursday Night Football on the D&D Sports Network. 8-0 lead with 2:57 to go here. Logan leading the Chapmanville Tigers. James Barker, Darryl McCoy on the call.
Logan with it. 2nd and 9 at their own 39-yard line. Lambert, sole receiver to the bottom of the screen, joined by tight end Bentley Williamson. Johnson under center. Play fake. And he's going to throw. Looks for Lambert, and it's knocked away. Ellison almost with the interception there. Lambert looked like he was open, but Ellison able to get right into the eyes of the quarterback and knock it down to bring up 3rd down.
Chris Blackburn says, thanks, guys. My daughter cheers for Logan, watching from Tampa, Florida. What's her name? Said he's traveling for work. How about our guys on Blevins tuning in? So let's knuckle down, Travis Pridemore says, and got a lot of folks from each fan base tuning in. We're 234 strong.
Excellent.
Barker says we can't get this up to 500, guys. Let's prove him wrong.
Oh. 2 receivers to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom. A little bit of a cover 2 shell look here for the Chapmanville defense. Johnson from the gun. Calls out the cadence, looking at the protection. Now the motion comes from Lambert. Lambert in motion. They look. They're going to throw it to Lambert, and did that hit the ground? No, he caught it.
Yeah, somehow he got through.
He's able to miss it. No, ball comes out. Ball's out. Sarton's on it. They punched it out from behind. I think it was 22, Cooper Perry, that was able to punch it out from behind, and they're going to get a penalty flag, decline that one. and it will be Chapmanville ball there at the 45.
Heads play by Maddox Sarton there to have his head on a swivel and find that ball there. And how that ball got through, I don't know how he even caught that.
I don't either, but Lambert with great hand-eye coordination to catch that football, and he turned what looked like to be nothing into something, and then he just got it knocked out from behind. Heady play on both sides of the ball, but Chapmanville comes up with the fumble, and they'll take over at their own 45 with the first turnover of the game going in favor of Chapmanville. Timeout on the field, and we'll step aside for a break. 2:24 to go here in the first quarter. Logan leads 8-0. Back with more here on the D&D Sports Network.
Successful challenge by Steve Kerr and the Warriors. At all. One dribble powers it. I'll drive and kick the punch. Primo for three. Play with a reload three. Flying in. Think of it that way. Yeah, they're
And we're back here as you see Chapmanville coming out after forcing a fumble there, and they're trying to capitalize on the offensive end, James, as Logan leads this game 8-0.
Yeah, Logan first possession goes down the field and scores. Chapmanville has to punt after 3 plays. Now they get their second possession after the Logan fumble. I formation for the Tigers. Dalton hands it off to Ellison. Ellison met at the line of scrimmage. That's a great tackle there by Dakota Maynard, the defensive tackle for the Timberwolves, as he's able to get Ellison down for a gain of 1. You got a flag on the play. We'll see what Coach Adkins decides to do here. And we're going to get a flag. Going to be a hold. Nope, 5-yard penalty. I think it may have been assisting the runner. I'm not entirely sure there. Yes, assisting the runner penalty. It's the replay of first down. So 1st and 15 for Chapmanville as they're at their own 40 here.
Ralph Cottle says he's a Skyhawk fan cheering on Tony the Tiger.
Sarton and now Preston Collins flip sides of the field. Dalton in the gun, looking, and did he go down?
Ooh,
he got the ball off, incomplete.
I tell you,
he was close to slipping and falling and getting marked down there.
It looks like to me his knee, he threw that from his knees, but he got lucky there.
So 2nd and 15 now for Chapmanville. I think if you look at that on Saturdays and Sundays, they may have marked that as a sack.
Chad and Ron DeVarney says going to be a great game. The definitely big shout out to Chad and the folks at Soulful Creations, a big supporter of Mountain Athletes. Said Buzzy is watching from Maryland, number 13. Jerry Gardner says. And then David Duff said watching from Inez, Kentucky. Glad you're tuning in, David.
Twin receivers to the top of the screen, tight end to the top as well. High formation, give is to Maynard. Maynard over the right side. Picks up about 3 on the play to get Chapmanville to about 3rd and 12 now.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, this Logan defense, they know where number 11's at, and you can guarantee that they're going to key in on him the entire game because they can't let this running game beat them.
Yeah, and what's been impressive right now, Darryl, is that defensive line for the Timberwolves. Caleb Johnson, Dakota Maynard, Carson Hale, and Ethan Hensley have done a great job up front so far.
Linda Bishop watching from Middlesboro. Glad to see you on here, Linda.
High formation, give this time to Maynard. Maynard gets to the outside. Lambert comes up, and both those kids meet together, and that's a big-time football hit. Both of them absolutely love that type of contact. Look at both of them. They enjoyed that type of football. And a big hit from Lucas Lambert coming up from his outside linebacker position, and it's going to force another 3 and out for this Chapmanville offense.
Yep, absolutely. They're going to be punting here. And Brilliant Wink says Ronnie and Linda Hatfield watching from Thomasville, North Carolina. James, how about that? People in Middlesboro, Kentucky caring about a middle school game in Logan, West Virginia.
I always say when you leave this area, you don't ever really leave it. Good punt again away from Lambert. Good directional kick by Ellison out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. So 28 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Darryl. Logan really has controlled both sides of the ball so far with one drive that results in a touchdown, then a turnover, and then defensively they have looked very impressive. And again, they have not given up any points all season long.
No, and that's the interesting thing here. Right now, yardage is not coming easy for this Chapmanville Tiger team as they've had a couple 3-and-outs. And Logan going to have their third opportunity on the offensive side here.
Receiver to the top, in tight, two wings in the backfield is Kenny. They're going to give it to Kenny. He bobbles it still on the floor. Johnson picks it up. He's hit from behind there by Tony Adkins. So a little mishandling of the ball there for the Timberwolves allows a negative play, and it'll be 2nd and 17, and that most likely will be the end of the first quarter. The clock inside 10 seconds now as Logan in the formation here as
they're going to let it wind down,
and that will do it for the end of the first quarter. Your score after one, it's Logan 8. It is Chapmanville nothing. Back with more here on the D&D Sports Network right after this.
This Friday night, you can catch the undefeated Scott Skyhawks flying into Chapmanville to take on the Tigers in the Logan Bank and Trust Game of the Week. Then on D&D Sports Network, Friday Night Football, we have Independence coming to Minor Mountain to take on the red-hot, undefeated Mingo Central Miners. Will it be Jameer Knuckles and the Pike Central Hawks or B.J. Peterson and the Floyd Central Jaguars getting a win on the Citizens Bank Game of the Week? Right here on the D&D Sports Network, Friday night. If you're trying to rehab from an on-the-field or workplace injury, come to Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance in Chapmanville, West Virginia for all your physical therapy needs. For over 10 years, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance has been making sure their clients rebound in the quickest amount of time possible. That's Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Look forward to seeing you. And we're back here, as you see, the Chapmanville cheerleaders trying to get their team up on their feet as it's been a rough way to go here the first quarter as Logan leads 8-0, but Chapmanville, even though Logan's moved the football, they're still holding Logan below their average.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Logan team that averages 50 points a game right now. The last few plays for Logan have moved in the opposite direction of what they moved early in the game. So Chapmanville's made some defensive adjustments. Logan trying to make some offensive adjustments. We'll see what the Timberwolves come out with here. I formation as we see Murphy in the backfield. The handoff is to him. We'll try to bounce to the outside. Now trying to run around. He's got a lane to the outside as Johnson's out there going to block for him. Murphy to the outside, gets to about the 36-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. And I'll tell you what.
Preston Collins on the tackle.
I'm not entirely sure where the down markers are, Darryl, because the ball was originally placed on the punt at the 26. And now it's 3rd and long. We didn't see a first down. So it's now 3rd and long from the 36. So I'm just a little confused on where the first down markers are here. I mean, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but that I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, that may be something I have to go back and watch.
Yeah, Johnson, that pass out to Murphy. Can he get to the edge on Sarton? Able to juke one. Here come all the Tigers trying to corral him, and they can't.
He gets
Murphy
loose.
Gets loose, and then they finally get him after a gain of about 1 on the play. But, man, you can see the elusiveness of Zoe Murphy there.
And keep an eye on this. That's the second time that Jacob Maynard's helmet has come off. And, that could be dangerous. And, I don't know the rules over here in West Virginia, but in Kentucky, your helmet comes off, you have to leave the field for a play.
Yeah, that you do. And I think that one's not Maynard there. I think that is Preston Collins.
Oh, is it?
So that's the second Tiger, though, Darryl, we have seen with their helmet come off. But this is also the first time we have seen Logan
I thought that was 11.
punt. Yeah, they look alike sometimes with those numbers. So punt formation here for the Timberwolves as
now who do we got punting?
that looks like Lucas Lambert. I'm sure that young man can do just about anything. Lambert back in punt formation. Good snap back to him. Kick is away. Line drive kick toward the near sideline, and it's going to get a great roll down to about the 34-yard line. So Chapmanville defense finds a way to get off the field, and now we'll see if the Chapmanville offense can find some rhythm here on their first possession of the second quarter.
Watching from Willersburg, Ohio, Terry Lucas. Arnold Killen says, Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Sherry Mans cheering on the Tigers, and Sheena Smith says, love that. I get to watch my nephew, Jackson Elliston, and the Tigers. Said hard being there with two hillbillies. So appreciate everybody tuning in as Chad Barney says he's watching, said have the golf course at Chapmanville and Logan.
Two receivers, a top toss. We'll take one out of Logan's playbook here. Maynard to the outside, gets through a couple tackles there. Biggest gain of the night for Chapmanville right there. 5-yard gain for Maynard as we see Ellison come up a little bit limp there, the lead blocker for Maynard on the play, and he's waving to the sideline and saying he needs somebody as Ellison trying to hobble off to the sideline as we'll see.
We got Michael Bledsoe watching from Milton, West Virginia, and Gus and April Sloan says, thanks, guys. You guys do an amazing job. And Jamie Cantrell watching from White Pine, Tennessee.
Appreciate those. Joining us from all over the East Coast right now. We've had them from just about every state up and down the East Coast as Chapmanville 2nd and 5 from the 39-yard line. Give inside this time to Maynard. Able to pull over one defender and gets it close to a first down. Going to be about a yard short there as Maynard picks up 4 on the play. 3rd and 1 for Chapmanville at the 43-yard line.
We got Tammy Alishire says, better watch Zoe Murphy. Oh, we're watching him. Zoe's the real deal.
Gun formation. Logan does not jump. Good design there as we'll see what Chapmanville decides to do. As Dalton with it, gives it off this time to Maynard. Maynard tries to bounce to the edge, backs his way, and you're going to get another penalty flag coming in. And they may call another assisting the runner there. I'm not entirely sure, but that was a point of emphasis a couple years ago, so we'll see what the flag is for.
And Maynard, he's got to get upfield there.
That's a face mask.
On a 3rd and 1, there's not room to dance around behind your lineman. Get that first down, then you can do your dancing.
Well, I always called it a one cut back. If you're in the backfield with my quarterback, I want you to be a one cut back. I want you to get up inside and find a way to get positive yardage.
Stephanie Young from Salt Rock, West Virginia, cheering on her nephew, Dakota Dalton.
Well, first down for the Tigers now at the 49-yard line, midfield, 5:22 on a moving clock here in the second quarter. So Chapmanville trying to melt this clock away and keep it away from this dangerous Timberwolf offense. 2 receivers to the top, tight end and wing to the bottom. Dalton with it, he'll keep it himself. Lead back, gets it through the line. Dalton still on his feet, still moving, churning for the first down.
Let's see where that spot's at. I think he got it.
Yeah, if they mark it at the 41, it's close. That's where he had to get. It's ahead of the 41 by a nose.
Yeah, I think he got it.
I think it should be a first down, and our officiating crew agrees. A second first down for Chapmanville here this evening with 5 minutes to go here in the second.
Tell you what, win or lose, it's going to be hard for anybody to beat this Chapmanville team in a fashion contest. That's some nice uniforms.
And nice shoes. You like those green and orange shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Dalton back to pass, throws it over the head of Browning there. Good coverage again on the play. That's Grayson Sanders again back there, along with Brody Belcher, the safety, coming over to help on Browning. So 2nd and 10 here from midfield on the 41-yard line.
Brody Belcher having a good game so far out there in the secondary.
This is a talented Logan bunch from top to bottom. 2nd and 10. Don't mind that play call there. You get 4 downs when you're right here. They give it to Maynard as Kenny right there to make the tackle. Kenny shot backside A-gap, goes through, and wraps up Maynard for a gain of maybe 2 on the play. It's a Chapmanville timeout. We'll do the same. We'll step aside for a quick one. We'll be back with more middle school football right here on the D&D Sports Network.
At Giovanni's Pizza in West Logan, we got subs, calzones, wings, pizza, and more. Stop by today. Great service with great deals. We also got a newly renovated and remodeled dining room where you can enjoy your game day celebrations or relax after a trail ride. We look forward to seeing you at Giovanni's in Logan, West Virginia. Stop by Eric Homa Drug today and let them fill your prescription. Eric Homa Drug has been serving the Chapmanville community for over 46 years. They're a proud supporter of the Chapmanville Tigers and all mountain athletes. All right, guys, we're back here as Logan leads Chapmanville 8-0 here on the island. 4:37 to go in the second quarter. James Barker, Darryl McCoy here on the D&D Sports Network.
2 receivers to the top, tight end with them. Dalton, tall sweep here to Maynard. Maynard tried to find a lane up the middle, and nothing doing there. Gain of maybe 1 on the play for Maynard. He took that toss and tried to get it up in a seam quick, but Logan able to fill it there as defensive end Ethan Hensley along with, I believe, Kenny and Lucas Lambert finding a way to bring down Maynard.
Shayna Smith giving a shout out to her cousin, Jacob Maynard. As Logan right here has Chapmanville in a 4th and 8. If they don't get it here, it will be Logan's ball. So let's see what Chapmanville comes up with.
2 receivers to the bottom, tight end, and a receiver to the top. That's Ellison to the top. We're going to get a flag on the play. Dalton throws a beautiful ball. He's got Sarton, and it just goes off his fingertips. Yeah. I think you're going to get an illegal shift on Chapmanville, as that will be a turnover on downs, but Sarton just missed that one. Dalton threw a beautiful ball to Sarton up the seam. Sanders on the defensive play for the Timberwolves, and it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Timberwolves take over at their own 39.
They absolutely will here. And, guys, make sure for all your banking needs, go to Logan Bank and Trust, guys. Logan Bank and Trust is, for many years, has served Logan County in the best possible way. And if you need a loan right now, they can make sure you get the loan you need with the right interest rate you need.
Chapmanville trying to make a defensive substitution as Preston Collins back onto the field. Cover 2 look for Chapmanville. 2 receivers at the bottom for the Timberwolves. Tall sweep outside to Kenny. Kenny to the edge, and he gets tackled, but not before he picks up a first down. We've seen this tall sweep be effective for the Timberwolves, and Kenny there able to string it out to the edge and picks up a gain of about 13 on the play for a Timberwolf first down. 3:29 to go here in the second quarter. Chapmanville will receive the second half kickoff, so this offensive possession for Logan, very important if they can get points, makes it even as more important for Chapmanville defensively.
Isaiah Smith down in Daytona says, is it packed for a middle school game? It is packed to the gill, my man.
It's good to hear from Isaiah.
Yeah, glad to see he's doing all right down there in Florida.
Give inside. No, it's a reverse to Sanders. Sanders makes one guy miss. Makes another miss. Slippery is Grayson Sanders out
very elusive
to about the 39-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play for Sanders as Logan in 2nd and 2 now with under 3 minutes to go in the second.
Sherry Thompson, Mullins Thompson says Grampsey watching from Logan. Said General Logan, they're cheering on Grayson Sanders. Well, right on time there is Grayson Sanders with a nice play for the T-Wolves.
An 8-yard gain on the end around to Sanders had me fooled. Was trying to find the football.
Yeah.
Johnson made a great job of faking it up the inside, and then Sanders back around to the other. Tight end and wing to the bottom of the screen for the Timberwolves offensively. Toss, this time to Kenny. Can he get to the outside? He does again. This one gets up in the middle, and he's tackled by Cooper Perry, but not before he crosses the 30-yard line down to the 29, and that's another Logan first down.
Listen, right now, Chapmanville, it would be a win for them if they can hold them and not let them score again. I mean, you go down 2 scores in the locker room, that takes a lot out of you. But if they can hold it, they might be able to gain a little momentum if they can hold them here.
Yeah,
but it's not looking good.
I agree, and especially in 8-minute quarters in middle school football, it's really tough to climb back into a game when you're down 2 scores and you only have 2 quarters left to play. Logan effectively using that toss sweep to the outside. Johnson under center. This time he'll give it to the fullback. That is Ethan Hensley, as he's able to rumble forward for a gain of about 8 yards there. As when you run that toss and run that toss, again, it kind of weakens that middle a little bit, and Hensley took advantage of it with that offensive line running behind Carson Hale for an 8-yard gain.
If I'm not mistaken, Ethan Hensley, also a former Chapmanville Tiger.
As Logan trying to figure out how to get in the end zone. 1:25 to go here in the quarter as Johnson falls down.
Yeah.
Center stepped on him, and he fell down before he was able to hand it off. And you're going to get a timeout from Coach Adkins over there. We'll step aside for another quick break. When we come back, 3rd and about 5 for the Timberwolves. Back with more on the D&D Sports Network right after this.
If you was pushed out of the area because of loss of work in the coal industry, look no longer. Jim Marr is here for you. Jim Marr is now hiring for all positions in the coal field. Stop by their offices in Logan, West Virginia or in Wheeling, West Virginia and apply today. Stop going out of town to take care of your health care needs when we can take care of you right here locally. Stop by and see us in Lenoir, West Virginia at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We are accepting new patients ages 2 and up. We do rapid COVID testing, see primary care, DOT physicals, and do well child and well adult exams. You can see nurse practitioner Tanya Chafin or one of her medical assistants, Holly Runyon or Haley Grimmett. Walk-ins are welcome. You can also call 304-236-3601 to make an appointment. Look forward to seeing you here at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic.
Back here on the island, as you see, the cheerleaders got a lot to cheer for as Logan leads Chapmanville 8-0 here on the D&D Sports Network Thursday Night Football. James Barker, Darryl McCoy on the call.
3rd and 5 for Logan from the 24-yard line. With Johnson under center, Kenny in the backfield, and a strong set from Hensley. They're going to run the toss. Kenny to the outside, has the edge, gets to the 15, and gets to the 10.
He's still on his feet.
Can he get to
and
the
he's
end zone?
in!
He is in the end zone. Beautiful run there by Levante Kenny. And the Timberwolves go up 18-0.
Levante Kenny giving a little flex there to the crowd, and I'm telling you, the kid, I mean, you're seeing, anytime you watch Levante Kenny, you're going to get your price of admission worth because this kid is the real deal Holyfield.
Yeah, a lot of moves there. Broke 2 tackles to get in the end zone as it is 14-0 in favor of the Timberwolves. 2-point conversion play on the way. Play fake, boot from Johnson, looking for Lambert, throws in the end zone, knocked down.
Yeah, nice play.
Yeah, I couldn't see who
That's
that
number 1.
was. That is Ellison back there knocking down the pass. But Logan taking a 14-0 lead. Darryl and I will be back with more middle school football right after this. You're watching middle school football on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Cheech's Pizza in Lenoir, West Virginia. Cheech's Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Cheech's Pizza. Gracie and Tate Merchandising has become a staple here in the Danville and Madison community. They'll make sure you find that treasure that's been eluding you. Everything you need under one roof. New items at discounted prices right here at Gracie and Tate Merchandising. Go Skyhawks!
And we are back here on the island. James Barker, Darryl McCoy here on the D&D Sports Network. Logan with a 14-0 lead over the Chapmanville Tiger in the Battle of the Unbeatens.
Logan has looked impressive so far. 14-0, as you mentioned, Darryl, as it has been some outside runs by Kenny and then the big touchdown by Lambert on the first drive. There's a return there. I believe it out for Maynard to about the 35-yard line. And you'll have about 55 seconds on a moving clock here in the end of the first half.
Isaiah Smith says loving it down here, said he's going to try to come and catch a game at Chapmanville this year. Well, I'll tell you what, tomorrow you can catch James Barker in the D&D Sports Network as they have Chapmanville versus Scott on the Logan Bank and Trust Game of the Week.
I know Isaiah's going to watch that one. I guarantee he'll tune in for that one. He had a lot of fun times against the Scott Skyhawks on the basketball floor.
A lot of fun times as Isaiah is a state champion. So Madonna Hackney says, good job, Levante. Katie Marie, tell him I'm watching and rooting for him. So
two receivers to each side, tight end to the top, and a receiver for Chapmanville, two receivers to the bottom. Dalton with it, looking down the field, still on his feet. Now will try to tuck it and runs into his own man there, still with it, and he pulls the ball away. It's a gain of about 2 on the play. And right now, if you can't find a big play, Darryl, the main thing is to hold on to that football and do not give it back.
And I tell you, he if he wouldn't have run into his player, he probably could have picked up a first down. Yeah.
2nd and 8 for the Tigers. They're in the huddle here. Most likely your final play of the half. They're not in any hurry right now. Dalton will begin to work from the gun. Two receivers to the top, tight end wing to the bottom. See what Chapmanville elects to do. There's going to be an X-ray pass over there. That's a screen play, and nobody doing much.
Slew of Timberwolves, and the ball comes out. And
they blew him dead. Forward progress, and that'll be the end of the first half, with the Timberwolves taking a 14-0 lead into halftime. Darren and I will be back with a little bit of the halftime show. Homecoming here for the Logan Timberwolves as well, as we'll step aside for a break. Halftime scores: Logan 14, Chapmanville nothing. You're watching middle school football action right here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're looking for a great selection and a great experience for your next Harley-Davidson, come on down to Mountain State Harley-Davidson here in Del Barton, West Virginia.
We have new 2023 models in stock and ready for delivery. Special financing available.
Or choose pre-owned with one of the largest inventories in the tri-state area with great low prices.
Visit our showroom filled with licensed Harley-Davidson apparel and more.
Don't write that check until you check with us, Mountain State Harley-Davidson, 61 Priest Bottom Road, or visit us online at mountainstatehd.com.
Looking for a great selection, great prices, and a great experience on your next ATV, motorcycle, or side-by-side? Come check out Kiefer's Kawasaki.
Our #1 goal is to offer you the best power sport experience at a great price.
Like this new 23 Kawasaki Teryx 4 for only $17,999. Before you write that check, check with us. And remember, your adventure starts here at Kiefer Kawasaki. Route 44 South, Jerry West Highway in Logan, or visit KiefersPowersports.net.
Pikeville, Kentucky, get ready. Appalachian Mountain Wrestling invades Mullins Elementary School at 101 Tiger Way in Pikeville for Bluegrass Brawl. Already signed for this big event. John Noble teams up with Kyle Maggard to take on Whiskey Business, and those are for the AMW Tag Team Championships. Chris Michaels takes on Chris Demise. The Southeastern champion Bobby Love will take on AMW champion Stan Sierra in a title versus title match. The Mega Destroyer takes on Marty Clay. Evil Eric Porter takes on Adrian Alexander. All of this and a whole bunch more. It's the Bluegrass Brawl. Mullins Elementary School, 101 Tiger Way, Pikeville, Kentucky, this Saturday night, September 23rd, bell time, 6:05 p.m. We'll see you at ringside.
And we are back here on the island. Logan leads Chapmanville here at the half. As we got James Barker, Darryl McCoy, you're watching the Mountains. Number one source for sporting news, the D&D Sports Network. As we got homecoming here, we'll try to listen and get these kids' names as we listen here.
Thank you for voting for me. She was escorted this evening by her father and friend Teddy Kelly.
Know her name's Ella.
Ellison Tomlin.
Yeah, Tomlin, Allison Tomlin. Allison Tomlin.
She enjoys reading and swimming in her spare time. She has been a member of the Lighthouse team in the past. She hopes to retain contact.
Yeah, real quick, Barker, as they're doing these homecomings running through, want to give a big shout out to to Stevie and the folks there at Mountain Dreams Media for giving us their blessing to come up here and cover this game tonight. So, we definitely give a big shout out, guys. They do Logan athletics all year long. Make sure you go follow them if you're a Logan fan. Hit that like button. That way you can watch all the Logan Wildcat action they will have tomorrow night as Logan faces Winfield right here. So give Mountain Dreams a big shout out. Tell them D&D Sports sent you.
Yeah, that's they do a great job, and I got to watch a lot of what they did during baseball and softball season with those two really good baseball and softball programs down here. And Stevie and his crew do an excellent job on Mountain Dream Media. So any Logan broadcast, any Logan athletic broadcast you're interested in, that's who you look for.
Yep. Now, is that my guy Doug Wimpson down there?
I think so.
Does he got a daughter? I didn't know that. I just knew of Garrett and Bentley.
I think so, but I am not sure. That's a question. As I tell people, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
You know? But they do a really good job here at homecoming for the Timberwolves, and it's just a beautiful evening too for this. Sometimes. Yeah. I remember homecoming. I'm sure you remember some middle school homecomings in the mud where you're walking across the field in those nice shoes in the mud. So,
well, thank goodness you don't see a lot of national grass fields anymore. So,
that's a big debate in the NFL right now.
I know they, and it started because the soccer teams didn't. They said they wasn't playing on it because, and I understand it, man. I mean, it correlates. If you look at the injuries in high school, look how many ACL tears in high school you see right now. And look how many schools are going to a turf field. And, I mean, that's a lot of years of banging. Your body is just like a car. You only get so much miles, and – that's like taking it four-wheeling, every weekend is what it's like playing on that turf. So I understand, but I also understand why we won it.
Last year we played in the playoff game against Fairmont, and we had two kids go down with knee injuries in that playoff game, and it was raining, nasty mess on turf field. You go look at Aaron Rodgers in a rainy game in the first game of the season. He blows out his Achilles just today. Trayvon Diggs, ACL injury for the Cowboys. So there has to be some type of correlation between not only turf fields and lower body injuries, but turf fields with a mixture of rain or wetness and lower body injuries, because we start to see that a little bit as well.
I believe it 100%. I mean, I think it definitely goes hand in hand with turf fields. And, it's simple, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I go back to high school. I can remember one kid that had a lower extremity injury, And of course, there at Vipperman Stadium at Belfry we had grass field. And then you go and look at the ones at the new school. It's every year. Like right now, Belfry has 3 kids with ACL tears on there. I 100% think it has to do with it. And I don't know what I guess some scientists may be able to go and try to design a better turf. If not, I could see if the trend keeps going, them going back to maybe grass fields in the future.
I know it's cost effective for the turf, but ask Gary Mullins and the Logan Wildcats last year if they have Jackson Coker.
Yeah,
he tears his ACL on a little bit of a fluke play. You see how their season changes.
Aiden Slack.
Yeah, Aiden Slack, another one had a knee injury as well. So that was one of those things that. Every coach has to deal with those injuries in some way, shape, form, fashion. But man, it hit the Logan Wildcats hard last year.
Yeah, and and listen, this turf here, both of these schools, Chapmanville and Logan, have 2 of the best facilities I've seen. You come here and you watch a ball game. These callers just pop at you. It's a nice homey feel right here on the island with these schools in the backdrop. I love it, man. There's. This is a really nice setup here that Logan has.
It is. Got to play. It gets really, really pretty when those trees turn to a little bit of a yellow and an auburn type look there when the fall really starts to hit. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous facility here on the island, and it's just one of those things. It's just a great setting for high school sports, fall, winter, or when you're in the field house in the winter, or when you're playing baseball or softball here on the island in the spring. So, and I won't forget tennis either. I know we got some. They host the regional tennis tournament here every year in Logan, West Virginia as well. So, a lot of sports, a lot of great facilities here on the island.
Now, is Grayson Sanders yes, he is. He's the homecoming king.
Oh, wow.
So, big shout out to Grayson Sanders, our guy. Grayson is actually he is our certified equipment carrier.
Oh, okay.
No matter where we go, if you're in the Logan area or Logan County area, when you pull up, Coach, you look for Grayson Sanders because he'll make sure he packs our bags for us.
I know one thing. Grayson, huge Duke basketball fan.
We all got our faults.
And I always tease him about that because I like Duke when I was growing up as well. But Grayson, very knowledgeable about a lot of sports, and I think at some point in time this is kind of where he wants to be. He wants to be in a broadcast booth at some point in time.
Bentley Williamson, also a Duke fan, big time Duke fan, but Grayson. He's the nephew of Bill Lusk,
right.
And so you can see where he gets his love for broadcasting. And the Sherry Thompson says, "Congratulations, Grayson. Look beautiful." And let's see who the homecoming queen is.
This, Brady Atkins.
Is that Braylee Atkins, maybe?
That is Coach Atkins' daughter.
Oh, okay.
So that's one win tonight for Coach Atkins.
So he's got a daughter and a football player, homecoming king and queen.
So Coach Atkins' daughter, Braylee Atkins, getting the homecoming queen of Logan Middle School, and that's a proud dad moment there.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations, Braylee. As Coach Atkins, a lot of people don't understand. Coach Atkins, especially before he took the coaching job when he had a little bit more time, Logan athletes got the coverage that they got on D&D Sports Network because of that man. Like every game, he would send us the stats, pictures. He really went above and beyond to make sure that Logan athletes got covered on D&D.
Yeah, he is a Logan guy through and through. Played quarterback here for Logan in 2003 season. And, he's a graduate of Logan High School, and he is, I don't know, if I've ever been in a Logan athletic event, Brandon Atkins is right there.
Look at that smile on Grayson Sanders' face there. And what not to smile about is Logan is up 14-0 on Chapmanville here. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and talk about the first half. We'll be right back. You're watching the D&D Sports Network.
If you're trying to rehab from an on-the-field or workplace injury, come to Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance in Chapmanville, West Virginia for all your physical therapy needs. For over 10 years, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance has been making sure their clients rebound in the quickest amount of time possible. That's Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Look forward to seeing you. Come on down to Three Guys Pizza and Brew in Williamson, West Virginia. We're located on the corner of Harvey Street and 3rd Avenue. We got great deals on pizzas, sandwiches, and more. Get great service with great pricing. Enjoy your birthday or ball games with us here at Three Guys Pizza and Brew. Look forward to seeing you.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern coalfields. So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away.
Here at LB&T, we make online banking easy.
We've taken the hassle out of applying for a loan on our new website. It's as simple as going to our lbnt.com website and choosing the loan product that best suits your needs.
Your loan on your time. Visit us at lbnt.com. You're only a click away.
So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away. It's easy to apply online at lbnt.com, and all decisions are made locally. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop by Oceana Discount Tobacco today. Nobody can beat Oceana Discount Tobacco's great prices or their great services. You're treated like family from the second you walk through the door. We want to thank Oceana Discount Tobacco for sponsoring today's events. Go follow them on Facebook. Here at Appalachian Medical, our team has extensive experience in dealing with respiratory disease. That's why we specialize in respiratory products and disease management. We want to bring our knowledge and know-how to help patients live a healthier life. Appalachian Medical was developed by clinical professionals. We have more than 30 years of combined experience in respiratory disease management, case management, critical care, and more. Our respiratory therapists are skilled and compassionate. With offices in Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, let us be the ones you trust with your medical health care. Come visit the Huntington Ale House, where you get the best steak, burgers, and brews in the Mountaineer State. It's an all-American steakhouse voted the #1 mac and cheese in West Virginia. We serve brunch all day. 48 draft beers on tap with the state's best craft beer selection. Half-price happy hour with half price on selection appetizers, drafts, and cocktails from 3 to 6 p.m. and again, 9 p.m. to close. The Huntington Ale House is also open to hosting events and parties in our upstairs section. Give us a call at 304-522-2537 or contact us via huntingtonl.com. We look forward to seeing you. If you got a big job to get done, don't just trust any flagging service. Call Diamond Flagging Service. Diamond Flagging Service keeps your community safe while also making sure it stays moving. Give Diamond Flagging Service a call today for their services. They also offer amazing job opportunities. Diamond Flagging Services, proud supporter of the Mountain Athletes. Call Restoration One, West Virginia's go-to cleanup crew. Don't let fire, wind, water damage ruin your property. Restoration One can get you back to 100% in the quickest time possible. Our staff here at Restoration One is fast, friendly, and reliable. We got experts that use the latest in technology to remove mold and damages left behind by Mother Nature. Don't just trust anyone. Trust Restoration One.
We're back here on the island. You're watching the Mountain's #1 source for sporting news, the D&D Sports Network. James Barker, Coach James Barker, and Darryl McCoy on the call. Right now, the Logan Timberwolves lead Chapmanville 14-0. This ball game right here so far has been it's been a rough one for the Tigers, man. It has been dominated so far by the Logan Wildcats. Now, there has been a couple spurts where you've seen a little bit of shine, a little bit of promise from Chapmanville. Defensively, they had a couple nice stops. They forced a turnover, but right now, that they got a long ways to go to come back and win this ball game. It's a 2-touchdown ball game, but the way that Logan is playing, it's going to be hard for Chapmanville. 2 touchdowns is a lot in a game like this.
Yeah, when you're Chapmanville, you got to find a way. You're going to get the ball to start the half. You got to find a way to move the ball. It doesn't have to necessarily be a big play, but you've got to find a way to find some positive energy on offense. Got to find a way to get down the field and put the ball in the end zone and now make it a 1-score game. That's got to be your MO moving forward when you get this opening kickoff. They've got the manpower to do it. Dalton has ran the ball well when he's had space. You've got to get the ball in Maynard's hands. We haven't seen a lot of Jackson Ellison. Seems to be an injury there on the lower body for him. He's kind of limped around just a little bit here early in the first half, so we'll see what his health is moving forward. But they've got to find a way to get in the end zone. If they can do that, then you're on a 1-score game, and you got to find a way to get a stop after that. If you're Logan, you just keep doing what you're doing. Like right now, those outside runs, that toss is really working well for them. And, Kenny and Murphy have ran it really, really well. Yep. And the biggest play of the game so far has to be that 4th and goal from the 26, though, that Lucas Lambert caught over top. I mean, you take that play away, you're a 1-score game.
That was a backbreaker for Chapmanville, and that's something that, I guarantee when they go back and watch film that, the DB is going to be running laps after that one, because, in a game like this, you can't give up a score like that when you got a team facing a 4th and long.
But Darryl, I'll give you a great example. Last year we're at Scott. It's 10-7, getting ready to go in the half. They call a timeout. It's real 3rd and long. We put our best guys back there. Nothing behind you, nothing get behind you. Yeah. And Isaiah Bush just ran a fly pattern. Matt Fry threw a perfect ball. Next thing you know, it's 17-7 going in the locker room. You take that play away, we get the ball to start the second half. Scott got the ball to start the second half, but we were able to get a stop. But that one play just changed the dynamic of that game so much.
I remember that. Me and producer KJ was on the call that game, and I can remember that game like it was yesterday. It's very tough when you see. Let me get your opinion on this. You coached Brody Dalton. In my opinion, if Brody would have wanted to play college football, he could have played Division I football.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. And we had conversations about that. But his first love was always baseball. And, I supported Brody in whatever decision he made. But he made multiple trips. He made a trip for a football visit to the University of Penn, which was just rated the #1 school in America. So, that's he had that ability not only on the football field but in the classroom as well. And I got to see his dad post some videos and pictures that he got his first collegiate work on field there, a little fall baseball. So hats off to Brody, and glad to see him following those dreams.
Guys, don't forget the AMW Wrestling at Mullins. Guys, if you enjoy wrestling, come up and join us. The D&D crew will be there taking in the wrestling. Bobby Love, John Noble, Kyle Maggard. Going to be a fun night of wrestling Saturday. So make sure you guys come up there and cheer on the wrestlers with us. And this game tomorrow, we got a load of games going on around the area as we got 3 games on tap. So we'll take a real quick and give you a look at these games. This Friday night, you can catch the undefeated Scott Skyhawks flying into Chapmanville to take on the Tigers in the Logan Bank and Trust Game of the Week. Then on D&D Sports Network, Friday Night Football, we have Independence coming to Minor Mountain to take on the red-hot, undefeated Mingo Central Miners. Will it be Jameer Knuckles and the Pike Central Hawks or B.J. Peterson and the Floyd Central Jaguars getting a win on the Citizens Bank Game of the Week? Right here on the D&D Sports Network, Friday night. We're back here on the island Thursday night football on the D&D Sports Network. James Barker, Coach James Barker, and Darryl McCoy on the call here as Logan leads Chapmanville 14-0 here to start the second half here on homecoming night. Right now, Chapmanville has to find a way to stop these backs, Levante Kenny and Zoe Murphy, of getting to the edges. You're going to have to keep everything in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and I think they did there for a while, and then Kenny was able to break a couple runs loose, and it kind of softened up the middle a little bit. We saw the first fullback run of the game for the Logan Timberwolves as well, with Ethan Hensley that goes up the middle there after it was a soft run, and then it was Kenny on a toss sweep right after that play to the outside for the touchdown. And right now, Logan, you can just see right now Logan's speed with Murphy and Kenny really helping them out on the offensive side. What has been interesting, though, Darryl, has been on the defensive side for Logan. They continue to be impressive. Have not allowed a point all season long. They play a very physical brand of football, and they have shown that tonight as they've been able to shut down this Chapmanville offense so far here in this one. But Chapmanville with the ball, they'll receive this opening kick here in the second half, and we'll see what halftime adjustments Ashley Dalton and his crew have made so far in this one. Great crowd on hand tonight as we're looking at the Logan Middle cheerleaders. Homecoming night here on the island for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, these Logan cheerleaders and Chapmanville, both cheer sponsors, do a great job of putting together great cheer programs year in, year out. And, you see the this right here. I mean, if you want to see what middle school football is in the mountains, come to this ball game, because these fans, it's been a long time since I've seen the stands filled up like this for a middle school football game.
It looks like a high school crowd tonight.
Yep.
It absolutely does. And these kids have earned this respect. I mean, we've talked about this game all week, and they have earned this respect by being dominant in their 3 wins on both sides, Chapmanville and Logan. And we've seen a good one so far. Can Chapmanville find a way to make some adjustments and get some answers? Can Logan find a way to continue to do what they did in the first half? Those questions will be answered in about 16 minutes of football. 2 more quarters to play here on the island as Lucas Lambert tees it up, and we're about ready to go here for the third quarter of play.
Guys, make sure your money is safe with Logan Bank and Trust. Guys, they got banks all throughout Logan County. Go today, tell them D&D Sports sent you. They are a proud sponsor of D&D Sports Network and all mountain athletes. Also want to thank Cofield Health, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Aracoma Drug. Here we go, kicking the ball.
That's Lambert, kicks it deep. That one to Vance. Vance with it, gets it to the 30 and out of bounds at about the 31, 32-yard line. That's where the Chapmanville offense will take over here to start the third quarter of play.
Can I be honest with you, James?
Go ahead.
Ashley Dalton, he's been known in the past to come out with a little trickery, and right now, I'm digging deep in that playbook, maybe trying to come up with a play to catch them off guard to maybe get that momentum swinging your way. You got to find some way to get some offense here. And, knowing the way that he plays, sometimes catches them off guard with trick passes or trick plays, I would like to see them do something to get this offense rolling.
Well, they're going to go outside here, a little buck sweep action for Chapmanville as Maynard gets it across the 35-yard line, as it'll be about the 36. 5-yard gain on the play for Maynard. Darryl, I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm going to say if they're going to do something, one kid we haven't seen touch the football so far is the speedy Maddox Sarton.
Yeah.
He usually is a game breaker for this Chapmanville team.
Now, and for Logan, what I want to see is Logan continue the same on defense. Right now they're doing a really good job at getting upfield and getting these backs before they even get their momentum going.
Maynard, good cut there. That play designed to go to the outside. He read it really well. That's a good vision run there from Jacob Maynard. Gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. It'll be third and a long one for the Tigers at the 40-yard line.
Tammy Alishire said, way to go, Zoe. And Billy Davis tuning in. So I'm going to give Billy a shout-out with the folks at 606 Hemp as we're seeing a 3rd and 1 here. I know who I'm going to here, and that's number 11.
I'm going to give it to Dalton. He's going to carry it himself. Runs up the middle. Strong run.
He got
out to about the 42. They're going to mark him forward progress to the 42-yard line. It'll be a first down for Chapmanville.
Well, that's my second go-to is Dalton. Him and Maynard are a handful in them short yardage situations.
Yeah, Dakota, big, strong body there, able to gain 2 yards. It'll be a first down on the play for Chapmanville. A much-needed first down to start this second half. Logan, though, has been strong defensively. Longest play Logan has given up has been an 8-yard gain.
Oh,
they
wow.
have been strong defensively so far here in this one.
Coach Barker always coming with the stats.
This one to the outside, Maynard with it. And a big hit there as Murphy comes up from his cornerback position and is able to get Maynard, but Maynard falling forward, and he gets out to about the 46-yard line, so gain of 4 on the play for Maynard, and now we're seeing a heavy dose of Jacob Maynard right here.
I'll tell you one thing I'm glad to see is both teams have come out with great sportsmanship.
They
tonight.
have. When there's been a good hit, they've patted each other on the back and went on and played. 2 receivers to the top, tight end wing to the bottom, Dalton in the backfield. Snap, give it to Ellison this time, and he's going to be tackled from behind. That's by 74. That is, to find that one for 74, Caden Dowdy on the tackle for the Timberwolves. It'll bring up 3rd and a long 4. They'll make it 5 for Chapmanville from the 48.
Guys, do not click them links in the comment section. They are spam, and they will give your computer or phone a virus, so do not click them links.
2 receivers to the top along with, that is Vance and Sarton out there. Browning and Maynard here to the bottom of the screen. 3rd and 5 for Chapmanville. Give up field. That one to Ellison. Ellison's got some room.
Yeah, he broke loose. He's across the 30. He's down around the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Kenny chased him down from behind, but the biggest play of the game for Chapmanville, and a little bit of an ISO play there by Ellison up on the right side. Chapmanville inside the 25 to the 21-yard line, their biggest play of the game.
And I tell you, great job by Dakota Dalton because he waited to the last possible second to hand that ball off, and I think it got the lineman guessing, the D lineman, as
a little bit of a repeat play here. Maynard able to break a tackle over the side, and he gets across the 15-yard line. 6-yard gain for Maynard. Now we see some tempo here from Chapmanville.
Yeah, I was watching on that play before, and it almost looked like a delay if you go back and watch it because, it was like, he right at the last second, and, he was standing pretty far away when he reached out and handed the ball, so it kept the defense guessing there, and I think that contributed to the big run.
2nd and a long 4 for Chapmanville as we're going to get the tight end and the wing move to the other side. Dalton with it. Gives it off to Maynard. He's got a lane up the middle. Maynard inside the 5. Down
fumble
inside
on the field.
Fumble. No, they mark him down. Oh, my goodness. They marked him down.
Big break for the Tigers.
That's a huge break for Chapmanville. The back judge came in, Darryl, and marked him down before the ball came out.
And you see Bentley Wimpson there losing his head. He's like, I was standing right there, ref. So, Bentley definitely not liking the call.
But nevertheless, 1st and goal on the 4 for Chapmanville. Dalton with it. He'll call his own number. Gets up the middle. Reaches over.
That's touchdown.
Now they're going to mark him short.
Oh, wow. It looked like to me he stretched across that.
I thought so too, Darryl. So we have 2 calls back-to-back. One in favor of Chapmanville, one in favor of Logan. And now it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Right here, if you're Chapmanville, protect the football. You don't want all this to go for nothing.
You're going to see Logan probably all-out blitz here. Dalton calls his own number again. Over the right side, into the end zone. Touchdown for Chapmanville. They're on the board. And that's the drive that Ashley Dalton and his club needed to claw back into this one. 14-6. Logan still in the lead. Beautiful drive for Chapmanville there to start the second half of play.
Now, this is usually automatic here with Ashton McClanahan coming out.
Well, it looks like they're going to go for two.
Are they going to go for two?
They're going to go for two. Even though it's a 14-6 lead, they're going to go for two.
I don't know about that, Coach.
Well, we'll see what they dial up here. Dalton in the backfield with Ellison. They give it off to Ellison. Ellison may have a lane to the outside. No, he's stopped. He's fighting forward. He spins.
I think he got it. Yep.
He's in. What a run there by Ellison.
Hey, it's one of them plays, if it works, you like it. If not, you don't. So, great job by the Tigers. 14-8. Logan leads Chapmanville here on Thursday Night Football.
Stop by Eric Homa Drug today and let them fill your prescription. Eric Homa Drug has been serving the Chapmanville community for over 46 years. They're a proud supporter of the Chapmanville Tigers and all mountain athletes.
Here at Logan Bank & Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the southern coalfields. So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away.
Here at LB&T, we make online banking easy.
We've taken the hassle out of applying for a loan on our new website. It's as simple as going to our lbnt.com website and choosing the loan product that best suits your needs.
Your loan on your time. Visit us at LB&T.
And we are back here. We want to thank the folks at Cofield Health and Logan Bank & Trust for sponsoring tonight's action. There's Zoe Murphy.
Yeah, he's got an edge. He's out to that 40, and Tony Atkins can't bring him down. Great return by Zoe Murphy. That's the danger. When you kick it to the guys like that, Zoe Murphy can turn a corner, and it's into Chapmanville territory.
And here Coach Atkins is going to have a short field to work with as a great return by Zoe Murphy. Tammy Fry says, yay, Tigers. Nikki Hatfield says, go Ellison. Touchdown Tigers, Kathy Robinette says. So, guys, make sure you hit that share button, that like and share button. Get this over 300.
Ball on the 44-yard line. Logan ended the half on a tall sweep touchdown run by Levante Kinney. And we'll see what Coach Adkins dials up here. We got 3:09 on the clock here in the third quarter. Kinney in the backfield along with his fullback, Ethan Hensley. Lucas Lambert, the wing, along with the tight end, Bentley Williamson, down here on the bottom of the screen. Grayson Sanders, the receiver, to the top. Johnson under center. They're going to give it to Hensley, the fullback. Got a good lane there.
Great job, still on his feet. Dragging Tigers.
Ball is out.
And I think Chapmanville got it.
Are they going to get it?
Yes, they did.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
What a run. And then just to lose it as he's going down.
And I tell you, that's one, if you had replay, you want to go back and check that one, make sure his leg wasn't down. But, that was a great job by this Chapmanville defense to punch that loose at the last second.
It's the second time they've done it tonight. As Lambert lost one earlier going down, and there Ethan Hensley loses it. Beanbag was out. That generally means that they saw a clean fumble. So that is a huge turnover in favor of Chapmanville. One play turnover. They get the ball back.
Mikey Adair cheering on Tony Atkins.
Chapmanville back in the same set. Give is to Maynard. Maynard's got a lane. Good cut move.
And he breaks loose to the sideline.
It is a good tackle there on the side by 20 for the Timberwolves. As that's Brody Belcher bringing him down on the game-saving tackle there as Maynard able to get it out to the 50-yard line.
Coach, I hate to compare players just because they wear that orange and black, but I'm telling you, Jacob Maynard looks like the second coming of Co Farmer.
He runs a lot like him, doesn't he?
Just his stature, the way he runs,
he's got that tall frame, but he runs low. He runs low. That's what Cole was good at as well.
There you go, they handed it off.
This one is to Ellison. Ellison tries to break it to the outside. Good tackle there and a gang tackle by the Timberwolf defense as Kinney brings up to finish off the tackle, as well as number 12. That's Johnson, the quarterback that plays defensive end for the Timberwolves. Gain of about 3 or 4 on the play. And we talked at the half, Darryl. We wanted a good ball game, and we have now gotten it here in the third quarter. 2 minutes to go. It's a 14-8 lead in favor of the Logan Timberwolves, but Chapmanville gets a turnover and are driving currently. Give is the Maynard. No, they flip it over to Sarton. Sarton's got some space, gets to the outside, and is going to be spun down out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 1. It's the first touch we've seen from Maddox Sarton tonight.
Whatever Ashley Dalton told him at halftime is definitely working, because this is a different team playing with a little bit of urgency here in the second half.
Yeah, a lot more energy. I don't know what he put in the Gatorade bottles at halftime, but bottle that stuff up and sell it, because they have come out with a little bit of an attitude here in the second half.
Firing on all cylinders here as Dakota Dalton in the gun.
And they'll get Logan to jump there, and that'll be a first down in favor of Chapmanville.
And it looks like that's going to be number 61 jumping off sides there.
That's Carson Hale for the Timberwolves.
Nice hard count there in a short yardage situation.
Chapmanville breaks the huddle. 2 receivers to the bottom, as well as the tight end, Anna Wing. So an unbalanced set for Chapmanville here. They'll give it off. Buck sweep. Maynard gets it, and he's met in the hole hard by Kenny, as well as number 11, Bentley Williamson. 2 defensive inside backers just converging there on Maynard.
Man, this third quarter's went quick. We're under a minute to go here. Score is 14-8. Logan leading the Tigers here. James Barker, Darryl McCoy on the call. You're watching Thursday Night Football here on the D&D Sports Network.
Same formation. Dalton keeps it. He gets up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Dakota Dalton to the 25. It's a first down for Chapmanville.